Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Coach on episode 54, Diamondbacks versus Giants Game 2. Starting lineup of today, I believe of enough. Vargas is back in to start at first base and stuff, and then Adrian Castro playing DH, and I think the rest is the same. Overall, oh my goodness. Before I was gonna say, oh my goodness, enough of what I was thinking of. Even though enough of Jose Fernandez, and then Tim Tawa and Jorge Barosa also had a chance to bat and stuff. For a reason enough, in the seventh, Jose Fernandez went and played third base. Because of Nolan Arenado got injured while he was trying to run and stuff, so he didn't feel good and stuff. So he felt something hurt in his leg while he was running to second base, first base. I don't know. He just didn't feel uncomfortable. So for Lavello to absolutely say just like, hey, don't stress, let's get out the game, let's get you back on the IL and get you back into the game sooner or later and stuff. So that's why enough Jose Fernandez was going out to play third base and stuff, and then he went and tried to go for a hit as well, didn't do nothing, fortunately, and stuff. It's whatever and stuff. And then bottom of the eighth of enough, Jorge Barosa played center field and stuff. And then Ryan Wolfsman was playing center field, then went straight to left field. So take Tommy Troy out of the game, fortunately enough. And then Tim Tawa hit for Adrian Castro later on, and then become to be the DH and stuff. So that's basically that. And then if you see enough for them to bat and stuff, the only person did good was probably Jorge Barosa because he got walked, and that's why he went 0 for 0. The rest of them, and again, everybody got a base hit besides of Corbin Carroll. He's the only one did not get a base hit at all. Just shows enough of if the Diamondbacks are showing this as their lineup, that just shows enough they did really good baseball and stuff. Just a hint of what you thinking enough of if they win or not, whatever. You can see the sign enough of what their stats today, and yes, they did good to literally win the game. This is how you win games. If you're knowing enough of every single person on your team is going to hit, not maybe just one base hit and stuff, they're gonna do great. Pretty much now enough to see, nobody didn't really hit 2 hits, fortunately, and that's more of surprising. But mostly enough, those hits are for more enough to get people running or stuff, or just start the inning hot where enough of get on base early, and then other people would absolutely score that person to get a run and get some good RBIs and stuff. Just typical things like that and stuff, because our backup didn't do nothing besides a Barosa, and he walked, and didn't really get a base hit and stuff. So that just shows enough of if you have good base hitters, enough of everybody is hitting besides of one player and stuff, you're mostly going to win games. It's a team effort. Everybody needs to win together and stuff. And if the team is winning enough to working together and stuff, you're mostly going to win games and stuff. If you have the stats enough and you're still losing and stuff, I don't know what to tell you. Enough of it's just a matter of fact of how many score you're giving against your opponents and stuff, and it also depends enough of the opponent offense is going to do better or not. So some ways enough, yes, in a way you can win this way and you can lose this way too. Just a matter of fact of the opponent are doing good or bad. And fortunately enough for the Giants, I would definitely say the Giants did okay today, but currently not enough to win the game today and stuff. So that's pretty much of that. I will talk about Corbin Carroll. Fortunately enough, he went 0 for 3, and fortunately enough, it was actually at his last bat because I realized enough he came to bat at the ninth inning and stuff. I really want everybody as a starter in the lineup to get a base hit. So I was literally rooting for Corbin Carroll just to get a base hit. Like, come on, bro. Like, get 1 for 4. Like, let's go. I don't want 0 for 4, like, of it. But fortunately enough, he ended up to be 0 for 3 because he got walked instead. Like, I'll take the walk, but I want the base hit so freaking bad. And seven, fortunately, that just didn't happen. Like, you did not get a base hit, bro. Like, you're the only one did not get a base hit. Oh man, I was rooting for it. I was I was literally begging the TV enough of just like, come on, do it, full count, and then pitcher just, no, let's don't give you a base hit. Whatever. So yeah, so it shows enough of the offense is doing good and stuff. Pitching wise, enough. Starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Eduardo Rodriguez. Enough of today. It's 2-run Rodriguez today and stuff. 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, struck out 5, walked 2, run 2, and stuff. I think he did okay. I think he got little hits here and there and stuff. But giving up only 2 runs and only in 6 innings, that's actually pretty good overall and stuff. The Giants starting pitcher, Taylor Mao, went five innings, gave up 3 hits, struck out 3, walk 3, and then run 3. So a lot of threes in this and stuff, besides going 5 innings and stuff. It's tough. He didn't really give up so much, I believe. Maybe the bullpen just gave a lot more than it is and stuff, but I still thinking he did a good job, but I don't think it was not enough to literally get the less of the runs from the Diamondbacks and stuff, because they were pretty much winning, mostly not in the beginning, but there was comebacks from the Diamondbacks were winning the whole time till he came out and stuff. So it's tough, right now he's not doing so well and he's just not winning. He only won one game. He's 1-7. That's his record right now and stuff, and Rodriguez just keeps winning as well. He's like the opposite. He's like 7-1 or something like that, so he's doing good. Just a matter of fact of if you can win over the other pitcher. So that's that, and Mel just cannot take a break or whatever and stuff. It's hard. It's hard to be a star pitcher and then be very successful and be consistent every day. It's hard and stuff. And then bullpen for the Diamondbacks, Kevin Ginkel, Juan Morello, and Paul Sewald going for the save on his birthday, by the way, and he fortunately got it. But to me, enough of I realized enough of the bullpen didn't do the best enough, and we still won the game overall and stuff. 1 run, 2 runs, it's not even that bad. Fortunately enough, they only gave up only 5 runs in this whole game and stuff. So that's basically that. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Was it 6? I'm not 100% sure. Did they won 6? I thought they won 5. Maybe Juan Morello only gave 1. Is that what I'm seeing? That makes sense. There's 3. And then Rodriguez gave 2. Why did I get Morello 2? Maybe I gave him extra. My bad. We all make mistakes here and there and stuff. I guess I just forgot. I just gave him an extra one. If so, of anything. Honestly, I need to check on that. We're gonna fact check. Fat. Why did I say fat? Ugh. I need to do my homework. I didn't do my homework right. I apologize for this. It's not really what I want. I want to get the answer correctly, please. Let's see. What what did he do? What D-backs? Yeah, only one. So I honestly enough I gave Morello an extra one he did not deserve. So yeah. So pretty much all of them just only gave up one run every single time. So each one gave 3 runs in the bullpen. So it's not too bad. I'll take one only and stuff. And fortunately enough, if they keep winning, overall, I'll take the win anyways and stuff. But I would like to take 0 overall. Like, that's the best thing about this. But it just like, if they can be on top and not really give up so much more runs to having having the Giants to have a comeback, still it was overall very close. Like the Giants were literally 2 games away to literally tie the game up. Fortunately enough, it was in the ninth inning overall and stuff. Well, they got their last run and stuff, but still overall they still won the game, and I would not enough of it impact the game more differently and stuff. So only giving only 1 run on each inning and stuff, not that bad and stuff. And they're also just like, there were single home runs, so who knows about it and stuff. It's what it is and stuff. But overall, just good enough to be on top and not let the other team score so much over us. So that's huge. We're gonna talk about scoring right now and stuff. There's a lot, fortunately enough. I kind of bring it down a little bit just to talk about what's the biggest things. There's a lot of biggest things really happened in this game and stuff. So let's just talk about it. Casey Smith hit a solo home run in the bottom, 1-0 bottom of the first. That was like the first thing ever in the game right away. And so Adrian Del Castro hit a solo home run to make it 3-1, top of the second. Kendall Marte with a 2-home run, 62, top of the eighth. It was beautiful. My goodness, probably went almost out of the whole yard. It was crazy. And then Eric Haas hit a solo home run to make it 3-6, bottom of the sixth. Rafael Devers hit a RBI double to make it 4-7, bottom of the eighth. And then Willie Mays with a solo home run, make it 5-7, bottom of the ninth. Not enough for the birthday boy to get his save on his birthday for the Diamondbacks to win 7-5. That was the final score. Our record right now is 30-24. And stuff. We're doing good and stuff. And fortunately enough, taking the win, also winning the series over the Giants on a second series we're facing them and stuff. So it's huge. They just need to keep going and stuff. And now we're talking about progress right now and stuff. I love this offense so much. I think Tommy Troy is doing a great job coming in, filling that with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and stuff. Basically enough for now. Nolan Arenado is out injured and stuff. I feeling enough of Jose Fernandez. Maybe Tim Tawa is going to show up, maybe more and stuff, just to play those positions as well. They both can play third base as well. Maybe Vargas can shift, maybe at third base. Who knows? I don't know who else can play third base besides of enough. Like I get it, like Nolan Arenado is our starting third baseman, but I think Jose will be fine to be in the lineup for tomorrow and stuff to play and stuff, and then basically maybe Tim Towell maybe play. Depends enough of what Ravello wants, who wants to play at third base and stuff. I would guess enough of maybe Jose Fernandez and stuff, if I would take a guess of who would play. But I think Tim Towell can do it as well and stuff. Be funny enough for Jorge Barroso to play third base. Like, why not? How do you play it? I don't know. How do you try it? It'd be fun. I would do it if I would be like an outfielder in some ways. And now try something new. You never know. You will like it. But I don't think that's going to happen. So it's just like overall, I get about injuries here and there and stuff. People are putting in the holes we need and stuff, and then fortunately, everybody basically getting mostly one base hit mostly and stuff. It's huge enough for like Marte getting a base hit. And especially enough for like Adrian Castro went huge and stuff. He needs to get back in the role, what he need and stuff. If everybody's hitting, it's gonna do well of enough. I've loved seeing all the hitters getting a base hit and helping the team out and win the game and stuff. It's huge, and I hope that they keep doing this and stuff, especially enough for to win tomorrow. Again, going for the sweep. This will be a back-to-back sweep if we win tomorrow, over the Giants and stuff. Like I get we won back-to-back. Series against them right now and stuff in Chaseville and now Oracle Park right now and stuff. You know, these are the big opportunities and enough of it. Like Giants are still have a great team overall. It's just a feeling we're just a lot better. We have better pitchers, we have better hitters. It shows enough of why we won. Game one and also game two and stuff. It's huge for these teams. Enough of we can win against these lower teams and not really of enough. Like yes, like Giants were fighting back and stuff. I totally understand. It was 5-7, very close game. It was 7-4 later on after Willie Mays hit that last home run in the ninth inning off of Seawald and stuff. But overall, enough to take the win is better than nothing and stuff. So like I totally understand enough. It's so hard for the Giants at this point. Enough of they're not, they are performing great, but they just cannot win games. And those are the typical things you gotta understand enough for us to if we were gonna lose. And so we gotta just perform better than the other teams, and we just gotta take the win. And so we can't take the lose overall and having the other team have a comeback and trying to win the game because we've done that before. We have lost games where we should absolutely win the game, where enough of we take the lead and we don't win the whole thing. And so we had the Orioles came back and won the game and stuff. We had the Giants very close to come back. We had the Rockies to came back and beat us and stuff. And we supposed to beat totally swept them in a 4-game series against them and stuff. So we're not going to have that advantage enough of let the other teams uh, get back in the game and stuff and try to win and stuff. So we need to do like I know that like the game is their offense is absolutely going on a tear right now and stuff, and I love it every single minute of it and stuff, and we want more, but you gotta understand enough of the time of when we're actually playing this. I hopefully enough of seeing this enough of we're going to probably go to Seattle next after playing with the Mariners, and Mariners are not really doing so well either with their record as well. I don't even know they even won lately and stuff because they're going downhill as well. Still over around enough a 500 team, but they're just not really performing well. It's surprising enough because honestly, they do have a really good team or effort of enough having good players on that team and stuff. I understand enough if Cal Rowling is injured right now, but I feel like that shouldn't really hurt the team that much and stuff. But like some of our players are still injured and we're still doing good, better than good and stuff. So it's hard. I've seen enough of with different players, different teams, how you should perform and stuff, it's tough. But fortunately enough, we just got to keep going on the roll and stuff. And right now, we're getting this opportunity enough to get some advantage off the Giants and the Rockies at this point and stuff. Fortunately enough, I get it about the Rockies and Giants are bad teams and they're very low and they do have good players on their team overall and stuff, but it's just what it is. It's so those are typical things enough it, and same thing with the Mariners. If Mariners are doing bad and stuff, and then we need to get on top and win and stuff. That's why enough of, maybe the Giants, if we did terrible enough, maybe the Giants would absolutely win today and stuff. But fortunately enough, we got on top, we won. So that's the only thing we got to do every single game we play and stuff. Doesn't matter enough of what team it is and stuff. We go out there and we're performing the best we can and stuff. And for today and yesterday, they performed great, and we just got to keep going and stuff. And that's what I want to see, the progress with this team and stuff. And everybody's doing their job. And honestly enough, when I heard Marte answer, when one of them announcer was talking to him after the game and stuff, um, there's an answer Marte said I totally love, and I'm trying to think of the word he said and stuff. And what it is he's sinking with the team, or yeah. Fortunately enough, it's saying about he wants to go down with the team. Like he's sinking with the team, and I love that answer because showing enough it's not about you enough, it's about the team. And I love the answer enough of for him to be a team player and loving the team. Like he pretty much loves everybody in the clubhouse on this organization, loves the staff, loves everybody. Marte is just a great person overall with a great heart and stuff, especially enough of when he said enough of, God gives us of enough to give our strength in anything because God's always good and stuff. I love that answer too, especially enough being Christian, and especially enough of like I'm a Methodist person and Christian religion, whatever and stuff. I love that answer enough. Yes, we should have God with us, loving us, all these typical things. And now God is good and stuff, and we should be good too. And all these typical things. These are positive things we gotta think about of enough. Having a expected enough to have being a good person, having a great heart, and respecting other people and stuff. It will do you more best of enough to be more of a sad person or anything and stuff. So having a positive attitude is going to change your effect enough to be on the team and stuff, to be a dog, dude. Like Marte is the freaking dog on this team and stuff, and he's grateful to be on this team. Be grateful to be on a winning team at this time with the Diamondbacks and stuff, and being the superstar he is right now and stuff. Like right now, it's like basically Corbin Carroll versus Kedrin Marte at this point enough of who's the best player on this team. It's been Marte at the time and stuff. Like I get about like Carroll won Rookie of the Year in 2023, help us to get to the World Series, and then unfortunately lost. But that's not the point here and stuff. It's just like I understand enough of like even Carroll's like a good person overall, have great attitude, all these typical things enough of if you have a great attitude on a team and stuff and you work together as a team, you're going to win more games overall because you're working with the team and stuff. Because if you change your attitude in a negative way and stuff, nobody's not gonna like you. Nobody's not gonna want to work with you in a way. So make it work here and stuff. And this clubhouse, this organization, everybody's in loving hearts and here and there and stuff. I get about there's other teams are doing as absolutely the same thing. You could say it about the Yankees. You could say enough of the Yankees are like the empire of the team. But thinking about enough of like Aaron Boone and stuff, I don't think Aaron Boone is like a bad person or anything. I think he's like a loving heart person and stuff. I understand enough of I hate the the pitching coach and stuff, Brian Kepler, whatever his name is and stuff. Like I'm not saying enough of like I hate this person stuff. I really don't. I hate his vibe, in a way where now, he's not really showing no energy or to the game and stuff. I don't hate him and stuff. He's probably like a loving, good person to honestly helping the team do whatever and stuff. It's just like I just don't see no energy from his own vibe when he comes out and try to talk to the pitcher or whatever. He takes his time to slowing down, having no motions to his face. What enough of it, you want like hustle a little bit here and there. Let's get some energy, like just like get the vibe going and stuff. So it's just enough of having like a team to have everybody to have be good, be respect like other people and stuff. Like I would definitely say everybody has that, especially the Astros. I don't care that they cheated back then and stuff. There's still good people on that team in that organization and stuff. Everybody's good in baseball. Just don't make it ruined enough of anything and stuff. If you think enough of a person is rude and cannot deserve enough to be part of a team or anything, that's why you have enough. Like, I hate when Rafael Devers went to the Giants and stuff because he had this attitude with the Red Sox and stuff, and then fortunately enough, he got traded because the Red Sox don't want that. They don't want attitude people to have things were enough of they don't want. So that's why they got traded and stuff. And Devers probably learned his lessons enough of like, okay, I'm on a different team now. I need to have a better attitude, and hopefully he does. And now he's on a sucker team than ever and stuff. I know the Red Sox are also not performing so much and stuff, some ways and stuff. Maybe not, maybe so in a way, but especially enough of when Alex Cora got fired from the Red Sox. I have a feeling the Red Sox are doing better. I know the Phillies are doing better when, Rob Thompson just got fired and stuff. They're doing better than before and stuff. It's kind of crazy how things works in other ways and stuff. So you just gotta like understand enough of with a team effort of together and stuff than just yourself. And anyway, I don't know. It's just to me enough. I like seeing that. I wanted to see my team to work as a team, and I love that, and I want every bit of seeing that and stuff with anyone on the team: Marte, Caro, Perdomo, Nolan Arenado, Ryan Wolfsman, Vargas, Moreno, Adrian De Castro, Tommy Troy, Jose Fernandez, Tim Tawa, Jorge Barosa. I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about Aurora Rodriguez, Zach Greinke, not Zach Greinke, Zach Gallen, Morel Kelly, Ryan Nelson. I'm just naming people. Kevin Ginkel, Jorge, Juan Morello, Paul Sewald, and stuff. Jonathan Liskia. Thinking about other people on this team I've seen playing every single game and stuff. Ryan Thompson, like just everybody. Brandon Garcia. Just everybody, every person in the organization and stuff is just has a better attitude and great with other people. Everybody respect other people. Troy Lavello is a good manager. He has a great heart and stuff. It's just sometimes enough. I'm not going to go into enough of a degree with everything he does. Sometimes that I disagree with things, but doesn't mean enough that he's a bad person or anything and stuff, and I don't hate him or anything and stuff. Do I think enough he's the best manager we ever had in Diamondbacks organization? Probably not. And stuff. I still like Bob Brenly overall. I'm thinking, other coaches we had before as a manager is in that category with Lavello. Lavello's a great manager, but I wouldn't say he's like the best or anything. So, he's doing the best he can, and fortunately enough, like I don't hate the guy and stuff, but there's sometimes enough of I can agree and I can disagree. I can give my own opinions out there, and it's totally fine. If I don't like him, I don't like him. And if I like him, I do like him. It's just a matter of fact of what is my opinion and not in his stuff. And if I don't like him, that's nothing wrong about that and stuff, If I don't like about Austin Hedges and stuff, then I don't like him. I don't like a lot of people, okay? Okay? People don't like me, and I'm fine with that. Deal with it. So, I'm just saying about in a positive perspective, and just be positive. That's just what I want. People should be loving and respectful to just anyone and stuff. Like, why do we have to be rude? Don't be rude. Okay? We're people. We're human. We have emotions. It's like my father. I'm just kidding. My father does have emotions. It's like I'm like a smaller version as my father in some ways and stuff. That's a good sign, fortunately. Yeah. It's like your father. Pitching wise enough, I like what I'm seeing, but I get it. They gave some runs. Hopefully they don't make that mistake again. So just keep going and stuff. Our MVP for today, Ketel Marte. Dude, he is killing it, dude. He is smashing every single time. Every single time he gets a base hit, the ball goes yards. Okay, if it's even in a base hit or anything, he hits it hard as he can. It's absolutely insane of how of much of contact to the ball, to the bat and stuff. And when today enough with his 2 home run to make it, what is it, 6-2 in the top of the 7th, he smacked it. Like, almost out of here, almost out of the yard. It's absolutely insane of how far and how he knew it and stuff. He is feeling comfortable at the plate and loves seeing every bit of it and stuff. So he got to just keep going, man. Just be the star of this team, and he is. He's been the star of it. He's one of, like, our oldest players till like 2017 when we made the playoffs with other players are not even on the team anymore and stuff. We don't have Paul Goldschmidt. We don't have Jake Lamb. We don't have other players we have before. He's like our OG Diamondbacks player right now of this time in 2026 and stuff. So love seeing that enough of he can, comes in and do the best he can. And he's been probably mostly of the best catcher, not catcher, of a best second baseman in baseball currently right now. Who's better than Marte? Nobody. Marte is Marte. That's what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. Hopefully we can win tomorrow for the sweep. We gotta love that and stuff. Hopefully you guys would enjoy that as well. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.